Good everyone, my name is Graphics. If you look at the right hand side of the screen, you see a question and the question involves development and it goes like this. It says the figure below shows a pyramid cut obliquely to make a wheelbarrow. Using the scale 1 is to 10, A. Draw the given views, B. Compute the plan, C. Develop the pattern of the pyramid XX. Now the first thing we are told is to draw the given view. That means to draw what we see. Now if you notice it, due to space, they rearranged it horizontally, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them stand up vertically, but it will still be the same, right? As long as you didn't change the position. Now, first thing I'll do is to draw my vertical line this way. If you draw what? My vertical line this way. You can see that. Draw the vertical line this way. Can you see that? Then the next thing is to draw an horizontal line this way. So this point you see, this is where the vertical and horizontal line meet. So the total length of this pyramid, right? From the plan here, this is the plan. It is 1000. And we are told 1 is to what? 1 is to 10. So you are dividing every dimension there by 10. So 1000 divided by 10 is what? Is 100, right? So I'll take half of the 100 and I'm going to measure 50. 50 is 0 to 5, that's 50, right? And I'll place it at this point where they meet, and I'm going to mark left and what? And right? And the height, if you look at the height, is also 1000, so we'll divide it by 10, that will be 100. So I'm going to measure height of 100 from this spot here. So 10, this is 100 here. Then I'll join it with vacant line this way first of all, and this way too. You can see that. Now aside that, the next thing we're going to do is to start taking our measurement. From the base of the pyramid here to this point here is given to be 300 and what? And 50 altogether, and you divide it by 10 and that will be 35. So I'm going to measure 35 from this point upward. So from 0, I'll just draw a vertical line up this way, or better still, I can measure it from the line here, center line here. So I measure 35. And I'm going to trace it to this point here. So this is my target here. So it means that from this point to this point, I'm going to what? Thicken it. Make it more visible. You can see that. And the next one is from the base to somewhere around here is 150. So from the base to somewhere around there, I'll measure what? 150 and divide by 10, that will be 15. So I'm going to measure 15. So from 0, this is 10 and this is what? 15. Right? And I'm going to trace it up to this point here. So the same line here. Now similarly, from the top down, you can see it is 730, and I'm going to divide it by 10 and that'll be 73. So from the apex here, I'll measure 73 down. So from 0, from this point here, I'm going to measure 73 down. This is 10, this is 70, and this is what? 73. Can you see that? So that is, I'll now trace it to this end here, to this end here. Can you see that? And I am going to thicken it. I'll thicken from here to here. And also I'll thicken from here to here. And also I'm going to thicken from here to here. Can you see that? Now, this is the elevation we've drawn. Now is the plan we're about to draw. So somewhere above the plan, any distance, I'm going to draw an horizontal line this way. Also, you can see that. Now, if I draw the horizontal line, let me bring this down a little bit. You can see that. So if I should draw the horizontal line, the height is 680. I'll divide it by 10. That'll give me 68, right? So I'm going to measure 68 from this point. From 0 is 60, and this is what? 68. Can you see that? 60, this is what? 68. And I'll draw another horizontal line at that point. This way. I will together, and I'll close it up. Faint line I'll use throughout. I'll just close it up using the reference of this point. Close it up. See, on the same line as this. Then I'll come here also from the baseline here. Trace it up, right? Using my set square as my reference point. Then I'll draw this also. So I'm using the base here, right? Now to get the center, I'm going to draw diagonals from this point to this point. First of all, faint line. Then from this point to this point, another faint line. This is where center is. Now if you look at diagram very well, from this point to this point here is thickened, right? And to get the other point is the external point here. I'm going to project it upward also from here. I'll take this up. So taking upward, intersect here, right? I'm going to join it to this point here. Right? And I'll join this to this point here too. Then I can now close it up. You can see that. Then the other one will be the one inside. So if I take this inside up this way, and I come here to I take the inside up this way. So where they are meeting, I'm going to thicken it. I'll thicken it from here too. From here too. And here also. So this is what we have. We have successfully reproduced the figure that is displayed at the right hand side of the screen, right? And this is the section XX here according to the question. So this is my center line. Let's do that this way. And this way too. Right? You can just bring it down. There's the center line that we have there. So this is the section here. It's being cut at this side. X, X. Taking. So after that, this is the first thing we're doing here. So the next thing we're doing is to complete the plan. I have completed the plan, right? I drew the given views, then compute the plan, then we will develop the pattern. So from the of the pyramid XX, this is XX, right? So all this side you're seeing here is the side that is being cut off. So if I like, I can be able to section it because it is cut off, right? It is exposed. If I want to, so we'll continue there. We'll come back there and just bring it. Use your 45 degrees better, right? Now, let's start. So from this point XS, I'll term it to be my A. From this point here, I'll term it to be my A, B, C, D, E, back to A. So if this is A, here also I'll call it A prime. Then this other point I'll call it A prime prime. Here is B, I'll call it to be B prime, I'll call it to be what? B prime prime. Here is C, I'll call it to be what? C prime. Here is D, I'll call it to be what? D prime, right? Then we have E, this is E prime, then what? E prime prime. So this is what I want to do here. Is that okay now? So if you look at this, this is B, E, and A. So this endpoint here is what? B, E, and A, right? Then that is this line here. Then the next one here, which is here, it is B prime, E prime, and what? A prime. In this other part here, we have B prime prime, E prime prime, and A prime prime. You can use any number of your choice. And when I come to this side, here is what? This is E, this is C, and this is D. Here is what? C prime and what? And D prime. This is what we have here, right? I call the apex point to be what? Capital letter what? T or A. Let me use T. Can you see that? So we need to get the true length of the shape. So to get the true length of the shape, I'm going to place my compass at the center point here, and I'll take it to the ending here. Can you see that? I'll take it to the ending here, and I'm going to draw an arc this way to the center. So where it touches the horizontal line, I am going to bring it down. Where it touches this point here, I'll bring it down to come and touch here. So at this point here, I will now draw my line from the center point to come and touch here. Can you see that? So this line you're seeing here is what we call my true length. That is what? My true length. So the next thing is to draw the pattern of XX here. So what I'm going to do is I'll just pick a point. Let's say I am picking this point. Can you see that? I can move it further a little bit. Pick this point. I'll call it my point what? My point T. Right? So from point T, I'll take the true length from this point straight down to this point T. So this T here is this T here. When I place my point at that center point there, I'm going to draw an arc. Faint line. You can see that. So let me bring it down. So you're going to see what I'm actually trying to do. You can see that. So I can virtually just pick a point on that line. Let's say I am picking from T to this point here. Right? I'll pick a point here. So this is where I will start my measurement from. So what I'll do is From here, outer one to this point here is A to B. So meaning that this is my A here, starting from that point. Then to the next one is what? Is B, right? So from B, I'll move to C. So the next one what is C. Here's point C. Then from my C here, from the C here, back to D, I'll come from C and I'll mark D. So this is my D, right? So from D, I'll go back to E. So this is my E here. So this point here is what? My point E. Then the last one, from E back to what? To A. So I'll place it on E back to A. So let me just show you, this is the point A here. From E back to A. That is my point A. Alright, so let me make it up a little bit. So now this is what we have here. So I'm going to move all those points to the center here. You can see that. Now we are going to move forward. If you look what I'm trying to discover here, you see that this point here, both B and C are what? Are on this line. Are you with me? If you look at what I'm trying to make you understand here. So I'll just take my compass. I'll come from T to what? If you look at C and D now, C and D, they are just on the outskirts here, the highest point here. So it will be from this point. B, E, E are not touching here, but if you look at it, the true length. So I'll just take my C and D from this point, B and E, C and D on the same point, so that is the true length here. So if I place it here, if I mark, C and D is just touching this point here. Altogether, then the true length. Now similarly, I'll come to point C prime and D prime. Before that, let's go. If you look at BEA, BEA is not touching anywhere here. So BEA, BEA are free. Nothing is touching since there's nothing here. But I can go to what? BE prime, B prime, E prime, and A prime. So if I place it at this point here and I come down here, can you see that? Can you see that? If you look at what I'm taking it, so I come to this point, then I'll go to the line of B prime, A prime. So B prime, A prime. So I'll go to the line of B, right? The line of B, I'll mark B prime. The line of E, I'll mark A prime. The line of A, I'll mark A prime in both sides. Can you see that? So I can easily use my meter rule and I'm going to join those points this way, just like this. Hope you can see that. Now the next one I'm going to do is the internal one, prime, prime, and prime. So if I come to this point here, from T to C prime and D prime, can you see that? So I'll place it here and I'll come to the line of point T. So I'll go to the line of C. This is the line of C here, and I'll mark C prime. Then I'll come again, I'll mark on line of D. I'm going to mark what? D prime. Right? Then if I come here also, I move to this point. If you look at everything at this side here is on the I come to this point and I'll mark on B prime prime, right? So I'll go to the line of B, and this will give me my B prime prime here, right? And I have what? My E prime prime here also, right? And I'm going to have what? Um, my A prime prime, right? At this point here, A prime prime. That is for the inner one here. So once I've done that, I'll just join them. So if I bring this to this point, well, before you do that, so I'll just join them together. So if I should join this to this, then I'll join this to this, then this to this, then this point to this point at 90 degree, then here also to this point, then I'll join this to this, and I will join this to this. Can you see that? So this is what we are going to be having. So this is A, right? All this you are seeing will be A, this is A prime, and this is what? A prime prime. This is E, this is E prime, this is E prime prime, this is D, just D prime, this is C, just what? C prime, this is B, this is B prime, B prime prime, this is A, this will be A prime, and A prime prime. So this is what we have, and this is development of this. And if you want to see this figure whereby this is to the base of the triangle, right? You can click on this link. You see exactly this kind of question, but in this case now it's to the base of the triangle. So this is what we have here. So if you have found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share the video. Thanks for watching.